In Chapter 86 of the Count of Monte Cristo, a rival newspaper had received documents incriminating Fernand de Morcerf. Before the upper house, of which Morcerf is a member, Morcerf asserts that Ali Pasha, before he died, entrusted his wife and daughter to him, but he couldn't save them. But Haiti comes forward and presents documents that prove that Morcerf sold her and her mother to a slave trader and killed her father. Morcerf flees the house chamber. The inquiry commission convicts Morcerf of felony, treason, and conduct unworthy of a member of the upper house. In Chapter 87 of the Count of Monte Cristo, Albert tells Beauchamp he'll find and kill the enemy who brought suffering and shame on him and his family. After visiting Danglars, Albert recalls how the Count had introduced him to Haiti, remembering that the Count asked him not to mention that his father had worked for Ali Pasha. In Chapter 88 of the Count of Monte Cristo, Albert goes to see his mother, Mercedes, remember? She is distraught but refuses to believe that the Count is an enemy. That evening at the opera, Albert challenges Monte Cristo to a duel. In Chapter 89 of the Count of Monte Cristo is checking his dueling pistols when Mercedes, disguised under a veil, enters. Addressing the Count as Edmond, she begs him not to kill her son, Albert. She tells him she recognized him instantly and knew that it was he who struck down Fernand, aka Morcerf. She too has suffered. Monte Cristo tells her that he will spare Albert's life. Instead, he will be the one to die. In Chapter 90 of the Count of Monte Cristo, Mercedes leaves, and Monte Cristo regrets the ruin of his plan of vengeance. He writes a letter saying he is consciously deciding to die in the duel with Albert. Then he makes some changes to his will, adding an inheritance for Maximilian. Haiti will inherit the bulk of his fortune. She sees the will and pleads with him not to leave her. He realizes that if he were to live, he and Haiti might have a chance at happiness together. Monte Cristo arrives for the duel. Albert arrives late and apologizes to Monte Cristo. Last night, he learned that the Count had strong reasons to take revenge on his father. Monte Cristo realizes that Mercedes has spoken to Albert. The two men are reconciled. The duel is off. In Chapter 91 of the Count of Monte Cristo, Albert and Mercedes decide to leave together immediately. As they leave the house, Bertuccio approaches and gives Albert a letter from Monte Cristo, in which the Count says that as a young seaman, in anticipation of his intended marriage to Mercedes, he buried his savings in the yard of his father's house. The money belongs to Mercedes because it was intended for her. In Chapter 92 of the Count of Monte Cristo realizes Haiti means as much to him as Mercedes did long ago. Then Morcerf arrives. The Count tells him that Albert didn't fight because he decided his father was more guilty than Monte Cristo. Morcerf insists that he will fight Monte Cristo to the death. Monte Cristo rushes out of the room and returns wearing a sailor's jacket. Stunned, Morcerf cries out, "Edmond Dantès!" He flees the house and races home just as his wife and son are leaving. He watches their cab drive away, then shoots himself.